Hi everyone. So today this video I will show you how we can configure and install API Mocker and how we can use API Mocker in real time scenario. Let's start how to do this one. So those who are thinking like the API Mocker video already there in the YouTube. So I also gone through the multiple videos which is already available in YouTube. So none of them like telling the correct approach like how to do the step by step process like how to install and means few of the YouTubers are using like different like resource like a different application to expose their endpoint and to achieve that one. This is not the correct approach. Just learn like how to install and how we can use API Mocker in a real time scenario. So let me go through my requirement analysis. I already prepared some short notes here. So basically already those who are working IT professional and building their major project in the real time life, so how they need to do and how they need to configure and set up API Mocker. So there are 4 certain steps are there. So step 1, like they need to create one config.json file. That particular config.json file which is exposing the port, like what port you want to use for API Mocker and what are all endpoints. Just for example, you want to use any account API or beneficiary API or balance API or any different type of API. That URL you need to configure in that config.json file. And the second one like server.js file. This is the core configuration of the config.json file which is help API Mocker to start the Mocker. And also like if you want to expose any customized port, you can configure in server.js file. And that configuration JSON file configuration also available in .js file which will help API Mocker to start that particular configuration only. Third point, like already I have some endpoints, or if you have already endpoints that you can configure in config.json file, that I will show you like what all steps is required to configure that one. And after like hitting any request, the mock request, you will get one mock response from the API Mocker. So that you will like confirm like actual API Mocker is working or not. So for setting like API Mocker, there is some prerequisite side is required. We need to install like Node.js. So current API Mocker like it have some dependency, so we need to use latest version of Node, that is like version 20 or version 22. You can use any one of them, so that would be better, like it will fix your prerequisite problem while installing API Mocker. Third one, some points like those who are working as an insurance project or a banking domain. So basically like while onboarding any customer to the bank or any insurance domain, what they are doing, there is 2 type of flow they are every time they are following. One is the production flow, which is the actual flow like customer using the actual API. And the second one like we have one more flow, sandbox flow. So what is sandbox flow? Sandbox flow like we have one mock data already configured in our system. So before onboarding this customer to live, so what they are doing, they are first testing the API like is it working or not. That we have some environment like UIT, T1, that kind of environment already we have. So in sandbox environment we are exposing the Mocker, and from that Mocker we are calling that particular API to know like how the actual scenario and the same clone of production, how it is working. So once they satisfy with the sandbox flow, they will use a production flow for the real-time activity. So let's start to do this one, how we can achieve this functionality and how we can complete our sandbox flow in real-time journey. So first of all, like those who are regularly watching, they already know like I have already a repo is already configured. So each video I am preparing one script and uploading here. So it is helpful for them, like they can use the source code and they can use in their application. So how it is working, they can do in their real-time application. So if you go through my repo, right, so here I already created one folder here, API Mocker. If you open this one, so inside this folder there is one readme md is there, and one more file I already upload here, API Mocker. So this API Mocker have all configuration like server.js file, config.json file, and also few mock data also I invoked here. So you can directly use that one. So if you scroll down, this is the step-by-step process I already explaining like how you can set up API Mocker in your system. The step 1, like you need to create one project and extract this zip file which already upload in this repository, and enter to this API Mocker folder where you need to execute npm command. So this npm init, right, init command, it will do what? It will pull the particular like prerequisite and dependency from the source and from that source it will create one node modules folder. So inside that folder it will import all the configuration which is required and which is required for starting of this API mocker. And the last one, like the API install body parser, right? So these parser basically we are using for resolving the dependency of API mocker, and also it is exposing the body, like is it JSON format or XML format, depends on you, like what kind of format you are exposing, it will fix that one. And for running this API mocker at the end, like after configuration done this much thing, right, we need to execute this command node then that particular server.js, which is the core configuration file of API mocker. After executing this one, it will resolve your problem and it will start the particular product. Let's like export means clone this particular zip file and extract that, and let's see like what all configurations are there and how and where actually we need to use this kind of configurations. So first we need to do what, let me copy this URL, use one of the terminal, like either PowerShell or command prompt or any putty or sendOS, like depends on your system configuration, use that one. So here this is my base folder, okay. So here I'm just importing that particular folder, and inside that folder I will extract and I will do my activity. So before that, let me create one folder mkdir. So I'm typing here API mocker. You can use and create any folder where you need to work for API mocker only. So after executing this one, it's showing what this is already created now. So now let me do what, as per the command, if you go through my git here, right, so it is showing what I need to enter to this folder cd, then that API mocker folder cd mocker. Okay, now I enter to the API mocker folder. Then what I need to do, I need to pull whatever data is available inside this git, right. Let me pull that particular data. Let me copy this URL here, go through terminal, let me type here git clone, then that particular endpoint, okay, URL, and the last you need to add .git. If you enter this, it will clone that particular repository or whatever files is available inside that particular repository, it will fetch that one. Now type your dir. So hope you are already, those who are using this PowerShell, they know like the commands how to use this one. Now I need to enter to this API folder, API-mocker, type your dir. So if you now see here, right, there is one zip file is available here. We need to do what, we need to unzip this one. So unzip API mocker. After executing this command, it will like unzip your folder and it will import like whatever files are available, it will extract that one. Let me type your ls space -lrt, sorry, type your dir. So now you can see here, right, one more folder is created here, API mocker. So let me enter to this API mocker folder, let me enter and type your dir. So now you can see here, right, so mocks folder already here, node modules already here, config.json file already here, all files actually available here, okay. So those who are using this particular like extracting this zip file, right, so those who are already using this, they have already this zip file and extracting this zip file, they can skip this step 2, nothing need to do anything in skip this step 2. So they need to do what, at the last they need to execute this node space server.js file. So let me execute this one. We go through git again, let me right click and copy this one. So here let me execute this one. It will take some second to start your mocker. So meanwhile, like let me do what, let me explain you like what all files and configurations are available in this particular folder, and how means what all configuration is available, config.json file, and what is the configuration available for server.js file. So now you can see, right, API mocker started. How you can test API mocker started or not, let me copy this URL and go through browser. So here I'm hitting that particular endpoint. So after hitting, you can see here, right, cannot get. So that means your API mocker is working. But those who are already know like how to do setup API mocker, and those who are watching this video newly, just understand how you can means what are configuration file details available in API mocker. So let me go through folder. So this is the folder where we installed API mocker, right. Let me open this API mocker. So this API mocker, right, we have one config.json file is there. Right click this one here, like edit with notepad, right. Let me open this one. So now you can see, right, I already configured one port here. This is my port 9438. I just added. You can, if you want to use this 9438 or different, doesn't matter. So let me show you. Let me modify this one to 9437. So here this is one endpoint slash token I'm adding here, and I'm exposing one mocks folder. So inside this folder, if you go through this one, right, so for your testing purpose guys, so I already created one folder, mocks folder, and I added two API here, one for bio API and one for token API. So it depends on you, like you can either use this file, or you want to create your new file, that depends on yourself. Then the second one, like I use for details, and I call that bio JSON. So how you will map? So the folder name you can see here, right? The folder name is what here? The folder name is mocks. So this mocks folder you need to add here. Whatever folder you will add here, it will map that particular folder and it will check. So I added here like token key. So while you are hitting this token key, right, so it will do what? It will enter to this folder, mocks folder. Inside mocks folder, it will check this file is available or not. So if this file is available inside your mocks folder, whatever data it's available inside token file or bio file, it will print that one. So let's go through this configuration file. Now I did what? I modified this port here, and whatever configuration, let keep as it is. So next step, what I need to do here, let me go through this. There is one more file is here, right? Server.js file. Right click this one, go through notepad here. So inside here, if you scroll down, right, so there is one port already exposed here, right? So if you see line number 11, there is one constant port here, and the configuration.port pipe symbol. So here I need to modify my new port. So I'm adding here 9437. Let me save this file. So now it will do what? It will go through this particular config.json file. You can see here, right? This is the file configured here. Inside this file, it will check this port is available or not. If this port is available, it will call that particular port and it will call config.json file, and we will get the response. So what I need to do now, I already started API mocker, right? Let me go through terminal, Control C for terminating the existing flow. So here what I need to do, I need to execute the .js again. So now let me save this file. I think I forgot to save this one. Let me save this file and let me save this file. Now the file saved, right? Let me go through terminal again, terminate this one. Let me execute this one again. So now you can see, right, the earlier port was 9438, now the port is 9437. So hope you guys understand what is the purpose we need to use config.json, and what is the purpose we need to use server.js. And this file is mandatory to starting of this mocker. So if you go through other video in which is already available in YouTube, no one is explaining what all things is available and how in the normal way how we can use API mocker. So after running this type of configuration, right, how we can do, we need to trace the flow, right? So if you go through config.json file, let me open this one. So what I need to do here, so this is my endpoint. This is the endpoint is token/key, and we already executed one endpoint, right, for checking API mocker is working or not. So now it is 33. If I hit enter again, you can see, right, it's loading and it will showing what? Refuse to connect. That means the port has been changed, so it will not work. Let me modify this 9438 to 9437 and enter again, right? So it is showing what? Cannot get. That means now API mocker port is changed to 9438. So let me copy this one, open Postman. So for testing purpose, our API mocker is working or not. So here get method only. So make sure your configuration, the method is get here, right? So must be matching with your Postman get. So I'm adding, this is my base URL. So this base URL, let me paste here. So this base URL, it will assign, it will check your API mocker is exposed to this port or not. So after that, what I need to do, I need to copy this particular endpoint. Just for example, let me copy this URL, go through Postman. At the last, let me remove this one. Already slash is there, right? Let me paste here. If I now send request, it will do what? It will hit your API mocker, and from API mocker it will fetch the particular file response. We will get it here. So now if you go through here, right, so it is doing what? It is checking this API mocker request and get, and the get it is calling that particular token key. Let's go through Postman to verify. So now you can see, right, so we are getting one response token response from the backend. Backend means here backend is API mocker, and from API mocker we got the response. So hope like it's clear for everyone. This is like for API, like one token API. So if I try to access these details, it will call what? It will call this bio.json for fetching the data. So postman, let me add it here. Let me configure these details here. Let me remove one slash. Okay. So now if I send request, right, it will call bio.json file, and that bio.json file will get response. So sometime it's hanged. So how we need to do? Just refresh here. So this slash json, right, you can see here it is giving one mock request. From mock request we are getting one response. So this response, so I think you guys are thinking like this is I hard coded somewhere else, so it's fetching there only. So let me show you. So if you open this mocks folder, right, so if you right click this token key and go through this notepad, right, so this is one token like response we saw, right, and the second one, like there is one more file I created here, bio. If you right click this one and open this one, right, so this is one response. Whatever response you configured in your mock data and you calling that particular file, right, so the same file you will fetch here. So this way, like in a real time scenario, like in corporate, if you are onboarding 100 customer and if you want to expose any particular data for testing purpose, so this is one product like you can use in real time activity. It's some configuration you want to configure and you need to call that one. So this way, like it's very easy, like easy to configure, and you can call any particular static data. So other video what they are doing, like they are exposing one particular product and they are configuring that one. That is correct, but problem is like this is not the correct approach you need to use for API mocker. API mocker specifically we need to use and exposing static data, which will help customer to test and complete their journey. So hope like it's easy to understand for everyone how you can use and configure API mocker in real time activity. So those who are newly watching like this video, kindly go through my channel So Beyond Doubt. Regularly, like I'm uploading this video like for WSO2, and upcoming days also I'm planning to upload AI related videos which are helpful for future. So thank you so much, like those who are watching my video, kindly like, share and subscribe my channel, so it will motivate me to make videos. Thank you so much.